East, Chad Qualls was victorious for the 5th time this season, helping the Rockies push past the Yankees 4-2. Marco Estrada got the W and now has 5 this year, as the Blue Jays got the W over the Phillies 6-4. The Baltimore Orioles totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the Red Sox on the road 7-0. The Detroit Tigers amassed an impressive 6 home runs in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 11-6. The Kansas City Royals swung it well with 15 hits in this one as they bested the visiting Indians 8-4. The Halos sent 3 balls into the seats as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 10-6. The Texas Rangers pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took an extra innings victory over the Athletics 3-2. The Atlanta Braves grabbed 13 hits in the game as they walked off against the Reds in extra innings 5-4. The Cubs knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 9-4. The Pirates total 11 hits as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 6-4. Jaime Garcia pitched into the 9th inning with 1 earned run on his line as the Cardinals got the best of the Astros 4-1. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The Dodgers cracked 16 hits on the day as they were winners in extras against the Diamondbacks 7-6. The Miami Marlins combined for 10 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 5-0. The San Francisco Giants knocked out 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the Brewers at home 6-2. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
Nothing but blue skies above as you get a look there at Coors Field in downtown Denver. Today, the finale of this quick 2-game series between the New York Yankees and the Colorado Rockies. It'll be fun watching these two swing it all series long. First pitch is next. Chris Russin is on the mound for game 2. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got to just be thankful he keeps getting the ball, because as a starting pitcher, he's got a career ERA through the roof. And I don't know how they keep letting him go out there and start. Hopefully for his sake and the rest of his teammates, he throws a lot better in this one.
Brett Gardner heads for the box, ready to lead this one off today. Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. These Rockies, Eric Karros, they've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, and when you're playing good baseball, suddenly first place starts coming into clearer focus. They've really made up some ground here in this past week or so.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, just to the right of the chalk, a fair ball. And he's in at second base with a first-inning double.
Boy, that's an ideal start to the afternoon right here. If nothing else, you want to let this pitcher know that you mean business. And I think this is going to get his attention right away as he kicks things off with 2 bases.
Here's Carlos Beltran, as he'll take a look at ball 1.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Yeah, and Lawrence is a good umpire. I've seen him get some stares from lefty hitters before on pitches away, but maybe only a handful of times.
Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw to first is in time for the first out. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, how do they bounce back and avoid the dreaded sweep?
Well, you know, they rely so heavily on stringing hits together. They haven't had a lot of extra base hit power. They need more of that if they're going to be successful on a daily basis.
Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, will stride fourth to take his first cuts now. And he's a long ball threat, of course, currently 4th in the American League in that department.
Well, and that's exactly what you want from your corner infielders. You got to love having those big boys down the lines that drive the ball out of the yard.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. And there you see the home run leaders we touched on a moment ago. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Has to be thinking straight. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. And with that, let's bring in a look at how the Rockies will line up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, when you're talking about guys at the hot corner, the best in the league, we're looking at one of them right here. Gold Glove Award winner last year. Has as soft a hands as anybody in the league.
The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will stand in now, and as you can easily tell from the splits, he's really struggled away from home. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count, 0-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. And that's a called strike at the letters. Though that looked high from here, it's 0-2 now.
Yeah, you wonder if we're going to be seeing that high strike. That one looked to be above the letters, but not so in the eyes of the home plate umpire.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Blackman is under it. And that retires the side. 1 left for the Yankees. The Rockies coming up. We've got no score. CC Sabathia is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Yanks. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
DJ LeMahieu comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Rockies, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1. You know, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, EK. Despite the loss last time out, they enter this one in good shape, winners in 7 of their last 10.
And they got a great pitching performance in the opener of this series, so if they could get anything comparable here or the rest of this road trip, you can bet they'll take it.
Sabathia gets the sign. 1-1 pitch on its way. And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And here's a ball hit in the air. Castro ranging into shallow right, 1 away. With that, here's a look at the Rockies lineup card for this one. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, this team is hoping that Cargo can get back on track as soon as possible. He scored just 2 runs in his last 10 ball games. That's a woefully low total for someone with his skill set.
Charlie Blackman will stand in, hoping for a reversal of fortune here as he's seen that average drop precipitously these past 10 ball games. Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Yeah, and in a good hitter's park like this one, it's going to be even more important than usual to keep that fastball down. That's right where he's got to be living.
Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Now a swing and a fly ball. Beltran sprinting after it, but this will land foul shy of the wall. Hot shot to third. A dive, and he knocks it down. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and 1 away. in tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Oh, and that's a good fastball right there. He might have been thinking about protecting against that sinker.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Hicks comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for out number 2. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in now.
Only one home run in his last 10 games, and he just hasn't been hitting them out at the same pace he was earlier in this season.
First pitch of the at-bat. Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat, 1-0. And a strike to even the count, 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, Matt, the pitcher may have thought the runner might be on the move right there, so he slide steps to hang on to him.
Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2. And he pops it up back behind second base. Castro is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Rockies strand 1 after 1, no score. Brian McCann will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Right there for strike 1.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the letters.
2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. A swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Well, and that's exactly what you want to do right there. Get yourself another ground ball, and that's a good way to start the second as he gets the easy ground out.
Starlin Castro will stand in now, and as we check the splits, not too surprising to see that his numbers are better in the bandbox that is the new Yankee Stadium. In there, strike one.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. And the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
And that's a pretty good job of staying with the ball, because he doesn't really panic after he clanked it. And then he just regathers himself and fires a strike to first to get the out.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 6 home runs and 17 RBIs. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. No score here as we play inning number 2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ryan Rayburn will lead things off here as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up to start the home second.
Rayburn.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And the throw by Castro takes care of him for the first out.
And you know, against a lot of second basemen, this is going to be an infield single. But watch how he fields this thing and then maneuvers his body into a good throwing motion and unloads it quickly to get his man.
Stepping in now, Ben Paulson. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s. 5 homers and 19 driven in. Sabathia's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Folks, there is not a left-hander alive that likes this pitch. I mean, look at that. A slider breaking sharply away from the outside part of the plate. That is just perfect location.
Nick Hundley will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. First offering on its way. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
This is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Bottom of the second here with no score. smoked on the ground left side. And that's through for a hit.
Well, this guy's been absolutely wearing it lately. He's averaged down into the 220s, so if there was ever a guy that needed to put together a 4-hit ball game, this is the guy. Got that first one out of the way.
Jose Reyes set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Left side, fielded cleanly. He'll send it on to Castro at second, and the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We'll go now to the top of the third, and we are tied 0-0. Welcome back to beautiful Colorado as we're set for the top of the third in this one from Coors Field in Denver. Aaron Hicks is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Center fielder, Aaron Hicks.
Third inning starts with a slider that's looked at here for ball 1.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter's going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
The 2-1 on its way. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Well, unfortunately, it appears he's going to be forced out of the game with what looks like a lower left arm injury. Hard to tell how serious it is, however. Could be a range of things, and we're hoping it's something that doesn't keep him out for too long. Adam Ottavino will be summoned now to take over following the injury. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 52.
The pitcher, CC Sabathia, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
And you have to figure he didn't think he'd be seeing any action this early on, but he's going to need to hold down the fort for a while here now that their starter's already out of the ballgame.
Coming to the plate now, Brett Gardner. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. 1 out and a runner on second base. That evens it up 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. A break?
A big break. I don't think there's any question that should have been strike 3.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Well, they're setting up a way, and you'll see him go out of the zone to help him out. Hey, as a pitcher, there's nothing you like more.
Here's Carlos Beltran. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Blackmon going back to the track. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. So a 2-run home run for Carlos Beltran. Number 11 for him on the season. And this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
And this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Standing in now, Alex Rodriguez. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. And he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
Got himself a 2-0 fastball there, but he couldn't connect. 2-1.
And this is a guy who will not get cheated up there, and he almost came out of his shoes on that one.
Nope. 3-1 now as that misses down and in.
Well, he just hasn't been able to find any kind of groove out there. Hasn't been able to hit his spots. And now at 3-1, he's put him in yet another great hitting count.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Yankees get a couple on the 2-run home run. We played 2.5. It's now 2-0 New York. Brandon Barnes will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 1, Brandon Barnes.
In there at the knees as he offers a strike to the leadoff man. 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
Chop foul right at home plate. Grounded to short. Gregorius has it and taken in out there for the first out.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu will try it again. He flied out to start the home first. First pitch coming. Here it is. Out in front of it, strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Sinker, and this one's over as well. 0-2 now. Bases are empty, one man out. Too high. 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
The 1-2 pitch. Hard sinker misses. 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. One out, nobody on. This is line to left. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
And this is something they've worked on in the batting cages, taking some of the movement out of his swing. Much more compact now, and he's seeing some definite results.
Charlie Blackmon steps in now. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Runner at first here, one man out. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Look over from Sabathia. Here's the pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on the move for second. Pitch outside. The throw might have been in time, but it's high, and it allows his man to dive in safely.
Boy, that's a good jump right there this time. I think he had this one stolen, even if the throw is on target. But you see, the shortstop have to go up the ladder to get it, and that took away any chance of throwing him out.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Runner at second here with one man out. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Now a look and a throw back to second. Don't want to forget about him. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that misses, ball 4. So with one out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
Well, that's okay. You would have liked him to chase on 3 and 2, but you had your base open here, so now you can really focus on getting yourself a ground ball.
Stepping in, Nolan Arenado. He flew out in his last at-bat. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one.
Yeah, he didn't seem to do him any favors with the previous batter, and now here's another call that goes against him on the mound.
One 0 count. Here it is. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. And this is on the ground to first. Could be two. To second for one. On to the pitcher covering at first. And it's your textbook 3-6-1 double play that'll get him out of the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Justin Miller is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the fourth inning. Mark Teixeira will start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball one. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front. A ball and a strike.
You know a guy throws hard when his changeup's at 89.
Very high. 2-1. All even now, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, and this is swung on and missed by Teixeira as he's a strikeout victim here, one away.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. The 0-1 delivery. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two. Down and away, it's a ball and two strikes.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there. You know, you'll see a lot of guys swing right over the top of that one. That's a great job there just to hold off.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hard hit ball to second. LeMahieu's got it. On to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2.
The batter, number 14, second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Starlin Castro stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of swinging the bat with some authority.
Now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there. Right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Here it comes on 1-1. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistake in location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. 7 home runs for him on the year now. As the Yankees start to pull away a bit, it's now 4-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Now batting.
Into the box now, Aaron Hicks. As the first pitch. 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. In there, 1-1.
Yeah, the velocity's good here, but I'm not so sure about the location. That was right down the middle.
Bounce to first. Paulson scoops it up, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's now a 4-0 New York lead. Leading off the inning, Carlos Gonzalez. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield. And Teixeira steps on first himself to record the out.
Up next for Colorado, left fielder Ryan Rayburn.
In now, Ryan Rayburn. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Well, I think it was a sinker that he rolled over last time up, and he's probably going to see that same pitch again. You got to wait for a mistake up in the zone against a guy like this.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Swing and a little tapper. McCann has it. Throw on to first is in time, and Sabathia's got himself 2 quick outs.
And more often than not, when you see a guy with a batting average like his is, it's a result of swinging at too many bad pitches. I should know. I was that guy. And his average is going to tumble even further after that at bat.
Ben Paulson is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and he went down in flames, too. Got him on just 3 pitches.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. That's wide, 2-0.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone and is probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
Outside, 3-0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Not turned loose there. I thought that he might be swinging with 2 away, but apparently not.
Sabathia sets his sights. Here's the 3-1. Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Stays alive here as this is fouled off to the right. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
And with 2 away, you're just looking to get on base somehow, especially when this guy hasn't given you anything so far. So at the very least, make him work out of the stretch and throw a few more pitches here.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the right-handed hitting catcher, Nick Hundley. Good fastball from Sabathia to start the at-bat. It's strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 2 out with the man at first. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Yeah, sort of a pesky at-bat up there. You know he'd just love to fire one more fastball by this guy and be done with this inning.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And Sabathia misses here. It runs full now, 3-2.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Good battle. Count remains full. Swinging a soft liner. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Colorado. They're down 4-0. CC Sabathia heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one. Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. 1-2 now as that's in there at the knees.
Yeah, it's hard to look for a changeup there, especially when a guy's got a good live fastball.
Changeup, and that fades down and away. 2-2.
Well, I don't know if that was just discipline or whether he just wasn't going to swing the bat at all. At least he's making him throw a few pitches.
Full count now. 3-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Good swing just a little early, and he'll see another payoff pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. And he misses with it. Ball 4. And a terrible start to the inning as he's walked the pitcher leading things off.
Yeah, they went to the slider there on 3-2, and that's a pitch where you're really hoping a hitter will see fastball and swing through it. But it didn't work out that time, and he winds up losing him.
Brett Gardner will dig in. 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. First pitch on its way. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind. 0-2. A pause and the 0-2. And this is swung on and missed as Gardner's a strikeout victim. 1 away.
And obviously, any time you can strike this guy out, you'll take it. I mean, he runs like a greyhound out there. So even routine grounders can sometimes be turned into base hits. Not when you're not making contact, though.
Here's Carlos Beltran. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Bat explodes as this has popped up.
Well, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Smoke toward third. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
Into the box, Alex Rodriguez, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, tough slider right
At first and second with one away. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Where are you going here?
I'm throwing that same pitch again. Make him prove that his plate discipline is such that he can lay off it twice in a row.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Blackman moves over. 2 gone.
That ball was hit well, and it might have been a different story if he pulled it. Instead, he hit it to the big part of the ballpark, and he's retired.
Chad Qualls is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Mark Teixeira digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Qualls is ready. First pitch on the way. Into the seats, 0-1. Ball 1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count, especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
And the pitch on 2-1 to first. Backhanded. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Yanks strand a pair, but they're in front 4-0. Jose Reyes will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ball game to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch is a sinker, too low, 1-0. Hard hit ball to second, but an atom ball right to him for the first out.
The pitcher, number
We're starting to see some better swings now this second time through the lineup. He had them pretty much on their heels the first time through, but this ball was squared up about as good as you can do it, and he was fortunate that it was hit right at someone.
Daniel Descalso will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 3, Daniel Descalso.
And that's high for a ball, 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
Maybe that's off the black just a little bit, but when you're around the plate as much as he's been, you're going to find that you're going to get a few calls like that.
Now here's a ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. As they get on the board, it's 4-1 now.
And even though this is only one run, this is important. Not just because it gets them on the board, but also because they needed something to get the dugout going a bit. Give them some life.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. At last home run, a long one, 423 feet, the estimated distance. Next pitch will make an even 80 pitches for Sabathia. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Swinging a ball line hard towards short, but right at the shortstop for the second out.
Yeah, that's not a bad pitch right there. The ball's down in the zone, but he does a really nice job of getting the barrel through the hitting zone and squaring it up. He just can't elevate that pitch enough to get it over the infielder's head.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Tap fouled at home plate. That misses. 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Froze him for strike three, and that retires the side. But the Rocks draw a bit closer thanks to the solo home run. 5 innings complete. It's now a 4-1 game.
Your attention, please. Now
and a new pitcher is summoned from the bullpen, as it'll be the left-hander Boone Logan that gets the call. Brian McCann will start things out for the Yankees here in their half of the sixth.
Number 34, Brian McCann.
Squared that one up just a little late. He's set. Here's the 0-1. On the ground up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Just a great at-bat here to start the inning against a tough left-handed pitcher. You see him stay on this pitch all the way. He's aboard here with a leadoff single.
And that Colorado bullpen comes to life now with a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Here's Starlin Castro, as he'll take strike one on the inside corner. Sixth inning, 4-1 is our score. And it's quickly 0-2. Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a swing and a miss as Castro was retired here for the first out.
Well, you could see his mindset at the plate. He's thinking, I got to get out in front here, try to pull something. Didn't really get a good pitch to do that, though, so he's going to have to go grab a seat.
Didi Gregorius will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here. 0-1. Runners on first with 1 down. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind. 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Still 2-2. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with 1 out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
Up next for the Yankees,
Jake McGee will come on and try to get out of this mess here as there are 2 on with only 1 away.
pitching for the Rockies, number 51, Jake McGee.
Aaron Hicks will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 1 gone. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Right on the heels of a walk. He needed to get ahead of the next guy, and he did just that.
And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch out.
First and second now, 1 man out. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
The pitcher, number 52.
How about that
CC
sequence
Sabathia.
right there? Fastball, fastball, and fastball again. No surprise what he's featuring out there today. Just straight hard stuff. And he gets the 3-pitch see you later.
In now, CC Sabathia as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention, I mean, especially when it's on the inner half.
Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
And now here 1-2. This is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
McGee's ready, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1-2. You start it in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. It turned out to be a good take.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around third and being waved on home. The runner from second crosses the plate, and a relay to the plate. And not in time as the second run scores.
And this right here, this is all about picking up your teammate. The last guy's up there with 1 away. He doesn't get the job done. Now he's in the dugout feeling like he's let his guys down. So what do? You pick him up by driving both guys in with a double. And that's how you build team chemistry right there.
Here's Brett Gardner now, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
The 0-1 on its way. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. It's the Yankees 6 and the Rockies 1. Nolan Arenado will lead things off for Colorado as they look to get something started in their half of the 6th.
Well, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
First delivery to him on the way. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Just missing here, 2-0.
Well, you know, things have gone his way more often than not so far this afternoon, but he certainly didn't get any help on that one.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. After it is Gardner. But he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he will pull in here with a leadoff double.
Well, he smokes this ball right here. This is a fastball, and he's right on it. Drives it right into the left center field gap, and he's going to wind up on second with a leadoff double.
Carlos Gonzalez will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. The double is his 8th of the season so far. This is fought off foul over to the right side. It's a ball and a strike. No one out with a runner at second. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Beltran is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his back. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Ryan Rayburn will stand in again. Couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
No contact on the sinker there, and he's behind 0-1. EK, the starter, creeping up on 100 pitches now, but that number alone doesn't appear to be affecting him too much at all.
Yeah, he still looks sharp. Still, with the way that teams handle pitchers nowadays, I don't think he'll wind up going much further.
Goodness, 0-2 now. And through 5 1/3, already coming up on 100 pitches here. 1 out and a runner on second base. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
Yeah, a smart pitch there. If you got him to reach for it 0-1, maybe he'll do it again 0-2.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Teixeira is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Well, anytime you get an RBI guy to the plate with less than 2 outs, and he does that, he is not happy. That's the kind of at-bat that'll stick with you for a while.
Now at the plate, Ben Paulson. He drew a walk his first time up. And a high strike there, 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
You've got options here, so you don't need to go after this guy if you don't want to.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. In there at the letters, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Drilled to the left side. Played on the backhand. And the throw is wide of first, and Teixeira can't keep his foot on the bag.
Well, I think if we're playing tennis, you'd call this one an unforced error. This is fairly routine out to short. I'm not sure what would have caused him to throw so wildly, but you can see the first baseman unable to keep his foot on the bag, and that's going to go down as an E6.
Nick Hundley will come forward now at a great RBI chance here with runners at the corners.
And these opportunities have been few and far between so far. They've got to make something happen soon, or this game might just get away from them.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
And here's where the Rockies need to cash in with that one key hit they've been missing.
Line drive to left. Gardner is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. 2 left for Colorado. They trail 6-1. Welcome back to Coors Field here in Denver. Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Carlos Beltran will stride in, but first we take you back to the 3rd as you take another look here at his 2-run homer that had him rolling early on. McGee comes set. Here's his offering. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that pitch. That's on him way too fast.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the 1st out.
You know, it seems like every time we check these out and show motion, it always looks like the bat breaks the plane. Look here, sure enough, I don't think he holds up in time. Looked to me like that was the right call.
Standing in now, Alex Rodriguez, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch on the way, and he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time he got the call.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. On deck, the switch hitter, Mark Teixeira. And they don't give in to A-Rod as that misses for ball 4.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing type hitters. But hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
And that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, we'll take a look at this pitch again. It's a high fastball, and there really aren't too many options here. Pretty much all you can do is try to slap that thing the other way. Just a good piece of opposite field hitting there.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. Around third and being waved on home. The run scores from second. It's now 7-1.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Jason Mott will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger.
Number 30, Jason Mott. Now playing first base and batting in the ninth spot. Number 12, Mark Reynolds.
Here's Starlin Castro. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now. 0-2. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You've got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine. But you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by it.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1.
That's a 2-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. High in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Blackman. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Yankees forced to settle for 1. Stretch time coming up here in Denver. It's the Yankees 7 and the Rockies 1. Anthony Swarzak will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Swarzak.
Jose Reyes will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Hit hard but just fouled, and that was just about extra bases. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. The pitch. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. And that misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
Now he's got to take a deep breath out there on the mound right now. I mean, not only will he kick himself for walking the leadoff guy, but also he just walked the fastest guy in the building. I mean, that's definitely not what he wanted to do out there.
Mark Reynolds will come on, and as he's newly entered into the ball game, he'll get his first plate appearance now here in inning number 7. That's yanked into the stands, strike 1. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Here's Castro for 1. Return throw is in time, and what do you know, they do get the double play.
Well, if you want to go by the numbers, somewhere around 37% of leadoff walks come around to score. Now, EK, I know you didn't know that, but that won't be an issue here as he bounces right back and he gets himself the double play.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Takes this the other way to right, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
And from his perspective on the mound, I think that's exactly where he wanted to throw that pitch. You can see it's tailing down and out of the strike zone, but he just sticks his bat out there and winds up taking it the other way.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. Belted high and deep into right center. Hicks going back at the track. Around third and being waved on home. And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double. And maybe a tough break as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone. Here's Nolan Arenado as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. Second and third, 2 away. Hard hit at third. To his left, A-Rod on to first, and the Rockies fail to cash in as that ends the inning. 2 left for Colorado. They're down 7-1. Aaron Hicks will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far.
Aaron Hicks.
slapped hard the opposite way, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Man, these guys have been aggressive here early in the count. Some people think, oh, you might want to take a pitch to start in that bat. And sometimes that's great, and it works out for a lot of people. But what you should be thinking is, I got to swing at strikes, and I got to get my pitch. And if it happens to come on the first pitch, let it rip.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Fastball in there for a called strike. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Rayburn is over toward the line a bit as he takes it for the first out. There's a look at the inning-by-inning recap. 7-1 our score as we play the 8th inning of this one. Brett Gardner ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit. You think there was any intent there?
I don't think so. I mean, he's just trying to bury that two-seamer in on the hands. Got away from him just a little bit.
Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder.
And this is something we'll see a lot with that cut fastball. Here it is again in show motion. When you hit a ball right below the label, you're going to get this 9 times out of 10.
Here's Carlos Beltran as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
You got to make sure if you come inside, you come way inside. You leave it out a bit, he's liable to hit that thing in the second deck.
The 1-0 delivery. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Reined in. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. The Yanks leave 1. They're on top 7-1. Vinny Pistano will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Vinny Pistano.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run, that's it.
Hit sharply on the ground. To his left, A-Rod, and the throw on to first will take care of him, so he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. 1 away.
You know, this guy's been a savior out of the bullpen for this team so far this season. His ERA is under 2 coming into play, and he gets the first man to greet him right here.
Ryan Rayburn stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Outside with that slurve of his. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
2 times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a solo shot here to left center field, and it's a 7-2 game now.
Well, you can look at it this way. You're going to give up a home run, give up a good one. And he's got the lead. He can afford to challenge him here. And, you know, this one's not exactly scraping the paint as it clears the wall. That thing was gone by plenty.
Gerardo Parra will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 8, Gerardo Parra.
Liner toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
And when you see a guy rip one like this, 1 pitch after the previous guy left the yard, you know you're dealing with a pitcher whose mind is elsewhere. That'll snap you back to reality, though, pretty quick.
Into the box now, Nick Hundley, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And he falls behind 0-2. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And another foul ball. And here's a fastball on 0-2, but it misses. 1-2 now. In the dirt here. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
You know, sometimes when you come into the game, the mound on the field is a little bit different than the one out there in the bullpen. I don't know if that affected him here at all. Maybe I'm just making excuses for him, but he hasn't been in the game for all that long, and he's already in court the wild pitch.
Runner at second here with 1 man out. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
You can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit high and deep out to left center field. Hicks going back, still going back, and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall. And the run is in to score from second. That makes it a 7-3 ball game.
Well, you know what? It's not too late to make a game of this after all. They're going to get a run back here on the RBI double, and even though there's not a lot of outs left, at least they're going to make these guys sweat a little.
Now pitching for New York.
New pitcher to tell you about, and it's a guy drafted number 6 overall out of North Carolina in 2006, the 6'6" lefty Andrew Miller. Jose Reyes will stand in to keep things going. And I don't know, Steve, is the comeback on?
Well, at the very least, I like that they're showing some character out there. You never want to go down without a fight. So they're going to make these final at-bats count.
He's set. Here it comes. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball one. Both teams with an even 10 hits in the ballgame. Grounded foul off to the right side. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. 2-2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Full count. 3-2.
Wow, that's very close with that one. I don't think I'd recommend taking that pitch again on a 3-2 though.
One out and a runner on second base. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air, and he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2.
Well, I'll tell you, that bat is just miserable. I mean, I think the bat finally just said, look, I've had enough.
Here's Mark Reynolds. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
2 out here and a runner at second. And he gets this one over at the knees for the first strike. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We've played 8 full. It's the Yankees 7 and the Rockies 3. Greg Holland will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Into the box now, Alex Rodriguez. He scored after reaching on a walk in his first at-bat.
Third baseman number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball one. And he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0. Got him fishing for that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And that splitter, it's only coming in around 86, but it's really falling through the zone.
And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now. And the count will be full. Holland pauses. Here's the 3-2. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Ready now with the payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
Let's check the grip on that last split-fingered pitch. You can see how wide his fingers get across the top of the baseball, and that's what gives it the backspin needed to be effective.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira now. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
I doubt he wanted to get in quite so tight with the hard stuff there, but hey, this is a guy with good opposite field power, so you don't want to just give him free rein to lean out over the plate.
That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Bases are empty, one man out. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Ready on 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
And in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball 1. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. This is pulled into right. Again, a nice clean base hit, his 3rd of the game.
And on the surface, a little 2-out single here might not seem all that important, but as we saw in the last half inning, these guys are starting to make some inroads into this deficit. So 1-2-3 shutdown inning here could have really given them a big boost. Now, they've got a little work to do before they get back in the dugout.
Starlin Castro ready to try again. Struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and they fanned him on a fastball last time, so let's see if they come at him with the hard stuff again.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Now the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Top of the order due up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Rockies 3. Aroldis Chapman is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Number 54, Aroldis Chapman.
Striding in to start the 9th, DJ LeMahieu, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now. Push to the right side. In is Beltran, but this is down for a base hit.
And that at-bat right there, that's exactly why this guy's such a tough out. I mean, he's not going to launch too many balls into the stands, but he will do this, and that's work the count in his favor and then come through with a solid single.
Digging in to try it again, Charlie Blackmon. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, you never know. This might have been the lesser of two evils right here. If you take this pitch, you know it's strike 3. If you swing, you might bounce into a double play ball. So the best he could have done was maybe fouled that thing off, but instead, he comes up empty.
Here's Nolan Arenado as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. The victory here would go to CC Sabathia if the lead holds up. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
Well, so much for being thrown out of rhythm by that leadoff single. Doesn't seem to have affected him one bit. Come back with the 2 straight strikeouts, and now he's turned things around in this inning.
Carlos Gonzalez makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Has a look, now the pitch. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. And there's a swing and a miss, so the Rockies find themselves down to their final strike now.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little problem is that they wind up having to burn through the bullpen a little bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish off this victory.
And the Yankees offense was led in large part by this man, Carlos Beltran. Put that on a bubblegum card. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top 7-3. So long from Denver.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. For the Rockies, 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. The winning pitcher is CC Sabathia. His record is now 6-4. The loss goes to Adam Ottavino. He falls to 1-1. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 17 minutes. A reminder that extra postgame RTD trains on the C line to Mineral and the E line to Lincoln are available down the street at Union Station. Bus service is available outside Gate B on the corner of 22nd and Lake Streets.